Hi, it's Rona, and today is Scraplift Crafternoon, and we are scraplifting this beautiful layout from Lena. So, Scraplift Crafternoon is something that I've been doing every Sunday with a group of ladies. Tara over at the Paper Snob community has put this together, and she has chosen a group of people that get together every Sunday and all scraplift the same person, the same layout, and then we have a playlist in the description box, and you can hop along and see everyone's take on the inspiration piece. So it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. I appreciate Tara for inviting me to join her, and I've loved the layouts that I've completed through doing this. So I'm showing you the 49 and Market Spice Collection. Lena has used a bunch of mixed media. It looks like watercolor, maybe some stenciling or stamping over top of it. And I am going to try and get the same type of effect using some rub-ons. I was really in the mood to use some rub-ons today, and I have all these beautiful spice rub-ons that I haven't been using, so that is what I'm playing with. I am also going to be using some Scorched Timber Distress Oxide ink and a stencil, the little brick stencil you see there. But I'm starting with the largest pieces, and then I'm going to do my stenciling, and then I will add in some of the smaller pieces. I find that technique works best for me, starting with the largest elements, whether it be rub-ons like it is today, or layering pieces, die cuts, whatever. I just start with the larger and then move through, filling in with the smaller. I'm also going to use one of these sentiments for my title today. This one says "Fall is my favorite," and that's going to end up being my title. So there are so many fun rub-ons in this pack. There were sheets that just had like some splotches, and I thought on the inspiration piece there was one just really fun splotch, and I tried to find one that was similar to that, and I did find one, so you can't tell it as much on mine in the end, but it was on there. Just got mostly covered up. So I'm placing these in a way that I thought looked best with my photo. My photo is a different orientation that hers was, so mine is going to look a little bit different. I think that hers may have been a little bit smaller than 4x6 as well. I did print mine 4x6. These rub-ons work wonderfully. You can see that when I placed the purple one, I did layer over top of the green one a bit, and I'm going to do the same thing here with this orange one. They rub on really well, though the only problems or the only thing that you have to be careful about is when you're rubbing one of the rub-ons on over top of another rub-on, and sometimes you just have to press maybe a little bit harder. So I've got my first really large ones figured out. I'm going to go ahead and mat the photo with this scrap piece that I was telling you I found. And I believe that is from the Spice collection. No, I believe this one is from the Peach collection, not Spice. Everything else I think is from Spice, but I have my Peach 6x8 pack just in the same bin, and this was just a scrap that was laying there, so I thought it would be perfect to mat this photo. The color was really nice and worked well. So I tested the color first. I do that a lot of times. If I'm not positive I'm going to like it, I want to try it under where the picture is going to be anyway. And after I got it on there, I loved it. So this has been a great ink pad for me. I've really, really liked this color. It's worked for lots of different things, and it worked well for the brick that I wanted on this layout. So I did rub maybe a little bit harder when I was going over top of the rub-ons, but I love how it looks. You can still see the color from the rub-on underneath. And then for these smaller ones, they are going to be layered over top of the stenciling. And because the rub-on is translucent, you can see the brickwork underneath it, and I love how that looks. Mixed media is all about just adding layers and layers, and that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. This one was just a cream colored rub-on with some text, and I am having to push a little bit harder, like I said, because I'm layering over top of other rub-ons. It looks really cool. It doesn't look white because, it's translucent and it's over the other colors, but it lightened it and you can see the text, and I thought it turned out really neat. So I chose 2 different colors of purples, 2 different colors of oranges, and then I had that creamy white one in the smaller ones. I'm going to go through the entire package here of the ephemera, and I pull out enough pieces that I end up not even going through the laser cuts or any of the other things. Well, I think I did pull out one chipboard piece, but I keep referring back to Lena's layout just to kind of see what kinds of things she had on hers and how big her clusters were so that I can, do it justice here. Oh, maybe that isn't a chipboard piece. It was just a piece of ephemera, so I didn't even use any chipboard on this. I was thinking that was a chipboard piece, but it was ephemera as well. I find a little piece that says happy little moment. I find some labels and tickets, and I'm going to use all of those pieces. And then I also found a big layering piece that I liked behind my photo. So I think I have everything out except for I will switch out one of my pumpkins because I did have the white border on the photo and the white border on the large pumpkin that I decided I wanted my other pumpkin instead of being a laser cut, I think is what I had pulled out there. I ended up switching it out to one with a white border, and I do that after I've already turned the camera off, but before I took the final pictures. So you'll see the one that I switched it out to. There's my splotchy one, like hers was. And it did end up just kind of, just melding into the others. And I love how it looks. All these layers. So this is a photo of my granddaughter. She had on a cute outfit that day, and my daughter just snapped a picture on the front porch. She's kind of in a little cheese smile, little cheesy grin phase. And if you tell her to say cheese, she does this funny little smile, and it's super cute. So we got lots of little pictures of her doing that. I had cut a little piece off of the scrap that, from the scrap that I matted with, and I ended up, because this is the back side of that same piece, I ended up deciding I wanted a ticket because this was going to be layered over the other tickets. And so I just pulled a die out and cut the paper with that. And I really think that made just, a little something extra besides just a rectangle cutout. Made the little ticket with my dies, and I need to pull my dies out more often than I do because they're great tools. So I'm trying to decide because mine is going to be a little bit different in that she had her title under her photo, and my title is going to be in the cluster. She had some words and things in her cluster on the left hand side of her photo, but I ended up making that my title. And so I don't want to have a cluster under the photo. I have the pumpkin kind of touching it and on the side, but then my last little cluster is going to be over here, even though that's not really how she did hers. That was just the only good place I felt like that made sense design wise. So that's where I'm going to add my little trio of pumpkins. She didn't have any little ribbons or anything, but I really like the softness of something, um, either hand stitching or some twine or something on my layout. So I ended up going with this lacy ribbon, kind of a cotton ribbon. I don't know what you'd call that, more of a crocheted ribbon, I guess. So here's my first big boo-boo. Well, I'm going to make sure it's straight when it actually was. And then I'm going to notice just here in a second, after I start getting these tickets on, I'm going to notice it, maybe. Oh, there I am. Yep. I got ink all over, and I looked at my hands, and sure enough, that's the culprit. I got ink, that scorched timber ink all over my picture, and I could not get it off. So I just printed another one, and no harm, no foul. I'm going to just drop it in right over top of the other one instead of ripping all that back up. Washed my hands, and here we go again. We're starting over, and it didn't take too much extra time. I am actually filming, and I created this layout the day before it was, due to be up on my channel, along with the other ladies on Sunday. And normally I'm at least a couple of days in advance because I don't like to wait until the last minute to do anything. But today I sure did. And it just couldn't be helped. It was one of those things. Life has gotten in the way this week, and here I've got the little laser cut one. But I ended up finishing, and it was too dark to even take a picture outside, so my pictures are kind of hurriedly done before the ink is even dry, and then I'm voicing it so that it will be ready to go tomorrow. Here's my next little, boo-boo, I guess you would say. I absolutely left every single thing in today. And not that I cut out every time I make a mistake or anything like that, but sometimes I just cut out if I'm doing something repetitive or whatever. But I didn't put enough foam tape behind that, and it didn't, I was really afraid it would bend in the middle, so I just slid some under there and it worked out fine. So I thought it was a good a good way to get it on there. There is my 1 millimeter foam tape that I'm putting on that label. And you can see in the shot there on the left-hand side, it is almost gone. I really need to find some more. Scrapbook.com is where I got this one, and they're out. I'm really hoping that I can find some. So if you know of a place, Scrapbook.com does have some American Crafts 1 millimeter, and I've never really liked that sticky thumb adhesive. So if you've tried it and you like it, let me know. If you know of someplace else where I can get the 1 millimeter, let me know. I've loved this. I only had the one roll, and I wish I would have gotten several because I'm kind of obsessed with that size right now. There, I'm using my scorched timber again. I used the carved pumpkin for splatters. Now I'm using the scorched timber, doing some splatters, and then I'm going to pull out the gold as well. And the gold is Picket Fence Paper Splatter Watercolor. It's liquid gold is the name of the color. I am completely obsessed with this stuff, and I actually ordered several more colors when a Cherry on Top had their 12 days of Christmas sale this week. They had mixed media one day, and I bought several more of these because I just absolutely am obsessed with it. I love how this looks. So I'm getting those final splatters down. Be sure to check the description box below so that you can see everyone else who's playing along and scraplifting Lena today. Also, Lena's information will be in there as well, so you can see, see her original layout and her channel, if she has one, or her Instagram. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to watch. I've had some new subscribers, so welcome. I am loving this YouTube journey, and I would hope that if you are not already, you would consider subscribing and liking, and leave any comment that you'd like to. I will answer any questions as soon as I can. I will be back again tomorrow with another layout, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.